Hello friends, hope you're having a great weekend. Today we are going to do a pre-market analysis on gold. Before going to the session, I suggest you go through the video which was done on the last week. On last Friday, we mentioned that the market would be rising from the range of 4,434 to 4,424. Our team was able to generate a great amount of pips from the trades. As you can see, within few moments itself, market has reached our target and our members were able to create a great profit from this setups. Also, we mentioned that there is a rejection zone in between 4,483 to 4,473. When it reached the zone of 4,473, the market started falling like anything. So we are gonna discuss how the market fell and the reason for the fall. So on last Friday, there was a news called non-farm payrolls. So if you ask me about what is non-farm payrolls, it is the amount of job that the US government provides to their citizens. So the forecasted amount was around 85k, but it was far higher, like around 172k jobs they have provided. So that is good for the economy. That is good for the US dollar, and due to that news, market started falling from the range where we marked at 4,473. But when the market started falling, technically it should have taken support from two areas, which is either the order block, which is in between 4,479 but 4,449, but I mentioned that maybe there are chances that this can break and come down to the range of 4,415. But without giving any respect to the order block, the market has fallen. That means this is a very huge manipulative move done by the US government or institutions. We can't say whom. But before the news itself, we predicted that the market is going to fall from here. So what is going to happen next? That is our question. So if you go to the chart of gold, so this is another chart where gold is already on the weekly support zone and a daily fib zone. As you can see, it is currently still in the fib zone and the weekly support zone. But when I am zooming into this area, what I can understand is, like in this daily fib zone and weekly support, there are no other order blocks where the market can take support from. The only order block which I see, it's a small fair value gap in the weekly time frame, which is in between 4,273 to 4,265. So if you ask me if the market will be holding this range, we cannot say. It is better that you don't place direct entries in this area. You can go for an entry if you get an IFC candle like this. You can see this is an institutional funding candle or a single candle order block, something like that. If you get, then you can go for an entry over here. But without getting a confirmation, it is better you stay out of the market. That is my suggestion for you. Also, maybe the market won't be directly falling on the Monday market open. Maybe it can fall from here directly to the area of 4,273. But there are chances that there is a fair value gap when the next day's candle is formed. There might be a fair value gap formed, and this will be the order block. So market can go up, tap on this area and come down. This is one chance. Or in the market opening itself, there are chances that market can fall and reach to the area of 4,273. But I am thinking about how the market will hold this area, because it's a very tiny order block. Even though it is in the weekly time frame order block, I don't know how it will hold. We'll have to see in the Monday market opening itself. Also, if the market is reaching to the range of 4,418, there are chances market can fall, as I mentioned, to 4,274 range. Or if this range breaks, you need to expect the market to take rejection from the zone again and come to the range of 4,170 or 4,100 range. So you should be ready for this move. By the meantime, if the market is taking proper support from this area, this is a rejection zone. If this rejection zone is getting broken, definitely market can go up. But the chances are very less according to the technicals. So I don't think this will happen anytime soon because of the manipulative move that was happened last day. Not only in the gold market, you should understand the entire world market has crashed. For example, if you are looking into the Bitcoin's chart, you can see Bitcoin is a digital currency. Bitcoin, I can show you Bitcoin. So you can see the fall which has happened over here, almost like it has fell over 28%. It's a huge fall. And since January, when I was looking into the chart, what I came to know is it has almost fell over. This is the January month, like January 19, from January 19. So when the war started, the market started falling like anything, and it has came down to around 40%. You should understand 40% means if you have invested $1,000, you are only left with a $600. So that is the 40% minus. You should understand that. Now, if you go to the stocks, everybody knows the Tesla stocks, right? If you look into Tesla, you can see, yeah, I have already marked it here. See, from the month of January, the market has crashed all over 25%. So it's not a small thing in the stock market. In the crypto market, if the market is coming around 50% or 25%, it's very normal. But in the stock market, 25% it has crashed. And on the last day, what happened was like around 12% has crashed in the stock market as also. So this is not a thing that we can control. This is controlled by the people who are controlling the entire world. We cannot do anything in that. The only thing is that to remain patient and protect your account. Now coming back to gold. So the chances as of now I see is the market can tap on this area, come to the weekly order block zone. If everything goes well, that's what I'm telling you. If everything goes well, market takes an order block, takes an order from this area, and it can go back to the range of 5,000. So this is a good entry zone, because you can see that market has already tapped on this area before and has given a good move. So if this comes to this area, maybe we can plan for an entry with a confirmation. This is what we can predict as of now. As I mentioned earlier, some things are not out of our hands. It's not in our hands actually. These moves are created by the institutions, governments and all. We can only watch the market by this time, and we need to stay patient, and we need to make sure that our account has enough capital. Anyway, friends, let's wait for the market opening on this Monday. Let's hope everything goes well, and rest all the things I'll be updating in our WhatsApp community. Stay confident, and just avoid over trading in these areas, or avoid taking bad decisions at these areas. Wait for a confirmation. Once you get a confirmation, you can go for an entry. So on June 8th there are no much newses. Like on June 9th also it is safe. On June 10th we have CPI and crude oil inventories. You should be very careful on Wednesday. On Thursday we have initial jobless claims. Be very careful. The movement that we saw on the last Friday. So keep that in mind. And on Friday it is safe to trade, not a problem. But on Wednesday and Thursday we have news. Keep you can open the investing.com, the economic calendar, and you can look at these dates and time, and you can take precautions by this time. So thank you so much guys, and all the best.